Hi, I wanted to do this blog post as a video as opposed to a written blog post, just to bring about a bit more conversation about it. And I wanted to talk to you about how your layout, the decor of your room, the structure of it can really affect where you're going professionally. That you're in the corporate world trying to get that next promotion, or that you're an entrepreneur working from home, how you can do a couple of things, structure your home a certain way so that it can work to your advantage with that, help you be more productive, help you to really relax in between work days and such. Now, with that, I'll start with kind of three spaces that are really important in your home. And the first one is a space where you can feel comfortable, where you can feel relaxed, where you can come back from work, you can decompress until the next day, or fully relax on the weekend and be ready for Monday. The second space you want to have is a space where you can be inspired, which is especially important if you're working from home. You want to be inspired to maybe bring out your next product, or how you're going to deal with a client, or how you're going to bring your business further. But also important for those of you out in the corporate world to kind of maybe think, be inspired into where you want to go in the workforce, or when you want to get that next promotion. So a space where you're feeling inspired. And last but not least, a space where you can entertain. And this is really important, that you're entertaining a lot, that you like having parties, that you like having friends and coworkers over, or not, or that you just have some family and friends coming once in a while. Super important either way, that you have a space to entertain. Now, I mention that because a couple of weeks ago I went over to a friend of a friend's house for a birthday party, and walked in, and I had to hold myself to not say anything. Thankfully I didn't, but the place was completely bare. There was no artwork on the walls, there was barely enough seating for people to sit down, no space for you to put your drink or your food down. There was literally in the living room a couch and a small chair, and then on the other side of the room was a dining table with 3 or 4 chairs, some built-ins with one book, and then there was a space beside the kitchen leading into the living room with nothing. Completely bare room. Now, you'd almost think it was someone who was just moving in, who had just started moving in, but they've been living there for a little while. And everyone has different tastes. Maybe people don't like artwork, maybe people are really minimalist, but it's more the thing of having a place for people to sit down, to feel comfortable, to feel invited in your room, and to feel like you care about your environment, about them. So those are 3 super important spaces. Can be anywhere in your house. Your comfortable place can be in your bedroom, can be in your living room, especially if you like watching TV and relaxing there before heading to bed. Your inspirational space, normally that's where you have your desk and your computer, but it could be somewhere else in the house. And your entertainment space, it could be more of your living room, another room on the side. Could be that you have most people hanging out in the kitchen normally, or even outside if you've got a patio, barbecue area. Could be anywhere, but you want to have 3 spaces that feel like that, right? That feel comfortable, that feel inspirational, or that feel like it's really a place where people feel welcome. Now, getting more into how to structure those, how to decorate, I've got 3 other points. The first one being, keep it clean. We all have those spaces in our houses where maybe we're a bit more lazy, maybe it's the closet, maybe it's our personal washroom where things are a bit more messy. But the thing is, the cleaner it is, the more things are in their place, the more relaxing it is, the more inviting your home is, the more inspirational it is. We've all kind of probably walked into spaces that are completely disaster with everything around, or you've had your place a bit dirty for a while and then you've cleaned it, and it feels so much better. So you're going for that feeling that it can really help kind of make you relax more, be more inspired. And again, for that entertaining space, it's awkward to walk into someone's house where it's dirty. Now, think of it as, we all know our house is our personal space, but think of it as your personal appearance, right? The clothes you wear to go to work, the clothes you wear to when you meet someone important. Your house is like that, especially if you're having coworkers around or friends around. That environment really tells them who you are. Are you really serious about getting that next promotion or not? That environment can really tell them about that and about you. Now, another step to that with those three spaces is you want to have good taste. Obviously, we all have our personal preferences, personal tastes, but you want to include your style, but have something that looks nice as well. Some of us probably still have some posters from high school that are signed, which are nice. Your style reflects who you are, but if you're trying to move up in the corporate world, if you have a serious business, entrepreneurs, yes, have fun. You don't have to be all serious, but those posters, or maybe posters with a skull in it, don't necessarily belong in your living room where you're having some work friends over and such. Now, your friends might not care who you are, but it does make a difference in your mind too. If you're really looking to get to the top, make it reflect in your environment. So have good taste. If you're not sure, if you maybe haven't been the best at decorating, ask a friend for help, hire a professional. There are tons of decorators on there who can kind of get you tips or decorate for not that expensive. Check out Mauve's website. We've got a couple packages there where we can just kind of revamp your room with decor, with paint. And that goes for your inspirational space too. You want to kind of work with color. We've all heard of color psychology, so that you can paint your walls a certain color so that it helps you be more focused, or get some artwork, as I mentioned, that inspires you, that has a quote on it, or it's a nice piece of artwork that when you can look at it, you can kind of sit back and it helps you generate more ideas. It helps you get inspired again, reconnects you to your why if you have your own business. So good taste, keep it clean, good taste. Third one is don't be cheap. Now, especially if you're starting out in the business world, maybe you're in your first apartment, you don't have that much of a budget, you still want to get some things that have good taste and don't scream, you got this at the dollar store, right? So what I'm talking about is especially with this new do-it-yourself craze, there's a lot of things that are homemade, do-it-yourself, which is nice, but if it screams that, maybe not the best place if you're looking to appear more professional. So not everything has to be expensive. You don't have to go for all the designer expensive furniture, but you want to have a couple things. You want to have some nice chairs, some nice seating. You do want to have a nice coffee table. You don't want your decor to look from the dollar store, but it doesn't have to be complicated. Find a nice vase that's not too expensive. Throw pillows don't have to be expensive either, as long as they look good. You do maybe want to spend a bit more on artwork, for example. That always adds a layer of sophistication. It makes it look nicer. Furniture, you want to make sure it looks nice. You don't have to go for that $3,000 leather sofa, but you don't want to go with the cheap fabric style either, cheap patterns. So kind of find that medium, right? I recommend spend a bit more on artwork. You can spend a little bit more on furniture, coffee tables, side tables, but you can go a bit cheaper on the throw pillows, on the plants, the vase with flowers. try not to get the cheap dollar store one that really looks fake, but you don't need to keep fresh flowers in your home all the time, unless that's part of your inspiration, right? So don't be cheap. Now, I want to mention a couple of things that can help you structure those specific places, like we said, the comfortable place, the inspirational place, and the entertaining space. Come on, like layout and decor wise. So in your comfortable place, you kind of want to make sure that you use colors that make you feel relaxed. That tends to not be red for most people. Red is a strong color. It tends to be more kind of blues, greens, purples, pink maybe. So find some things that make you calm. And typically this isn't a place that's pretty private in your house, especially if you're thinking bedroom. So here you can put your poster that you had from high school if you still really like it, and it makes you feel at home, right? But you want to have a nice piece of furniture to sit on, to relax. You want to have some colors that make you feel relaxed in the room, and some maybe pictures or artwork that make you feel really at home, make you love that space, love your home. For your inspiration space, there you want to go more maybe inspiration artwork, right? Inspiration quotes. You can type it up nicely and put it in a frame on your desk. Your favorite quote, a nice piece of artwork can always go a long way. You want to make sure you have a comfortable seating place. If you're at your desk, kind of splurge a little bit in that nice office chair, because you'll just be more comfortable and be able to think more, to be more inspired, to go to your work, to think of new ideas. So inspirational quotes are always nice. Some fresh plants are always nice in your workspace as well. So think that. In your entertainment space, where you want to think there, that's your outside appearance. That's where you kind of say, this is who I am. I'm a professional. So in there, make sure you've got enough seating for guests, especially if you like to entertain a lot. If you're having regularly 8 or 9 people, make sure they've got a comfortable place to sit, to place their drink. This is where you want to splurge on a bit of nicer artwork. This is where you want to get some color in there, so that it's a plant, that is some flowers. As I said, don't have to be fresh, but they have to look good. So that's where you want to put more of that expensive stuff. If you like collectibles, or you've got a nice center conversation piece that has good taste that you got on a travel, then you can put that there. But make sure you've got enough seating for people. Kind of structure it so that people can have a conversation. If your entertainment space is in your living room, you can have it more of a circle, or make sure the chairs are properly facing each other so that people can have conversation. And make sure you've got enough space between chairs too, so people can kind of mingle, people can get up, people can easily move without having to kind of squeeze between 2 chairs or people with drinks and such. So just a recap: we've got a comfortable place. This is your personal space. Make sure you've got a place that's comfortable, some personal decor elements in there. Keep it clean. You've got your inspirational space. So again, keep it comfortable. I think that goes for kind of everything. You do want a comfortable space because that's where you spend most of your time in. Make sure you put in some elements where you get inspired, especially if you're an entrepreneur. Get your favorite quotes out in frames or around your desk. It can be on a billboard that you've got, a poster board. Get a place where you can put your favorite books and they're visual. Get a comfortable business chair. Entertainment space, make sure you've got enough room for everyone to sit, to be comfortable. That's where you want to splurge on a bit nicer decor, artwork, and stuff like that. And don't be cheap. So that's kind of my tips there, and how those spaces can really help you be more productive in your workspace, kind of inspire you, get you relaxed, so you can really you're ready to go for the next promotion when you want it, so that you can be in control of those things. Leave me a comment, see what you think. If you've got any questions, or you'd like to hear a bit more about how you can decor maybe your home office, let me know, and we'll talk later.